The Historical Society of Mendocino County presents the crimes of Big Mike Nolan.
This is Michael Dennis Nolan, or as he was better known, Big Mike. In his 1913 mugshot, he is listed as 39 years old, 6'1", and 205 pounds. Mike was arrested for blind pigging, and at the time of his arrest, the local papers were calling him King of the Blind Piggers in Mendocino County. Some of you might be asking, what is blind pigging? It was another creative name for illegally selling and transporting alcohol. Mike definitely earned his title because between 1910 and 1916, Mike was charged with somewhere between 20 and 25 liquor-related offenses. Mike was born in Ireland and came to the United States in 1892. He settled in Mendocino on the Northern California coast, joining his sister Mary, whose husband, Frank Lazarus, owned a hotel in Mendocino called the Mansion House. He worked there as a stable boy and stage driver until Frank sold the hotel in 1896. Around 1904, Mike started a haul-for-hire business. He'd haul anything, including lumber, people, dead or alive, because he also had a hearse, or booze. The latter is what gained him his notorious reputation. By the early months of 1910, Mendocino County passed a number of ordinances outlawing the sale of intoxicating liquors within the county without a wholesale liquor license. They also gave districts within the county a local option to go completely dry and ban these establishments. Many within the county voted to do so, including Mendocino. Around this time, Mike built a stable, and almost immediately after it was built, someone hung a sign on it that read Hay Barn Saloon. The Mendocino Beacon joked that he must not believe in advertising because he cut it down with a hatchet, Carrie Nation style. A couple months later, someone painted a large sign on the side of his stable that read, The Traveling Saloon. M.D. Nolan, proprietor. It was honestly hard to track how many times he was charged or arrested because he would often be awaiting multiple trials when he racked up more charges. It practically became a running joke in the county because he was rarely convicted. The particular situation that led him to being arrested and booked in this mugshot started on July 2nd, 1913. The authorities caught word that Mike was going to take a load of booze to dry Compshe for the 4th of July, so they went by Mike's place and caught him preparing his load. They seized 6.5 gallons of whiskey, 8 gallons of wine, and 360 quart bottles of beer. Mike told the constable plain and clear that he was just going to go to Fort Bragg and pick up another load, because he was determined that Compshe was not going to be dry for the 4th of July. The constable told him, go ahead, he would just take it again. So Mike did, and the constable waited at the south end of the Russian Gulch Bridge, and when Mike came through, he seized that load as well. The next day, they caught word that he was picking up a load in Albion and headed to Compshe, so they went to a local garage, borrowed an automobile and a driver, and attempted to intercept him. They did catch him right before town, but he didn't have any booze. On his cart, that is. Mike eventually had to come to the county seat in Ukiah to answer for these charges. And this time he signed an affidavit promising the district attorney that he was never ever going to do it again, and that he wouldn't have any part in the illegal alcohol trade ever, ever, ever. He promised. All the local papers published the full affidavit and joked how long it would last. It lasted about a week, and Mike was brought in and they threw the book at him and sentenced him to 6 months in county jail. This is how we have his mugshot. Once he got out of jail, he started right back up again and eventually caught himself another 7-month sentence. After that, in the late 1910s, Mike moved to Sausalito, where he opened a grocery store and ran a milk route, but he was likely delivering other liquids. In 1936, he retired and moved to Oakland, and unfortunately, 1 month later, he was struck and killed by an electric train.